The other thing we're going to do today, originally, I was planning to just do more rated grind with Cool Tune in the 1600s. However, there's something interesting going on right now, which we can get a couple of gems in here, so we might as well do it. But it's also an interesting thought experiment. So this is the dual trial, and it's called 5-card hand versus 6-card hand. And I guess it's very hard to grasp from the name of it what it's all about, so let me explain. Well, in the 5-card hand versus 6-card hand dual trial, you play with 5 cards versus 6 cards. Who would have guessed? So it's essentially, it's a suggestion, it's not quite the suggestion that a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh players have had. I think famously, Paulo was one of the people who pioneered this idea that the second player, the player going second in Yu-Gi-Oh should draw their 6th card immediately, in order to have a better chance at opening hand traps, and also in order to remove the frustration of drawing like a hand trap for turn that is now useless. As well as making games quicker sometimes, because there are certain scenarios where you see your opponent is comboing off, but you have to wait to see what your next card is going to be in order to know whether it's worth scooping or not, which can sometimes cost you a couple of minutes, which is of course more relevant in the TCG than in Master Duel. But sometimes there's games where it's like, okay, you could save like 3 or 4 minutes if you knew that the next card was like not a starter or something like that, right? Let's say I have 5 non-engine in hand, and I have to wait through my opponent's combo because what if my next card is a starter or whatever, right? With this, in theory, you would know like, oh, I'm not going to have a starter. Let's go next game, right? And you save some time because of it. This is not quite the case in this dual trial, because this is not actually the player going second just drawing their 6th card early, because the player going second in here still gets a draw phase. So this is essentially 5 cards versus 7 cards, which at first sounds pretty broken. But I will say, I feel like with modern Yu-Gi-Oh, the player going second is usually so much worse off than the player going first that maybe it's fine. Maybe this is fine. And so what I'm going to do here, this is the one time that I like that they did not change anything about the Forbidden and Limited list for this tournament, or for this dual trial. This is, usually they give you like custom rule sets for this thing. But I kind of like it because now we can get the experience of what the exact same format would look like if this was the case. If they changed this rule, what would happen with modern Yu-Gi-Oh? And so what I want to do first is I just want to play the exact same deck that I'm currently playing in Rated, just to see the difference in what happens if I still try to go first with the same deck. Does the thing change much? And then after this, we can try to maybe play around with the rules a little bit and see if there's any deck that benefits from it more than others. Like you guys are saying, like maybe we can try blinding second now with an extra card, right? Maybe we can play Vanquish Soul because we got more attributes. Maybe Tenpai is the goated deck. I don't want to play Tenpai though. We're not playing Tenpai. Pay attention that even though it's dual trial, they want you to win 10 times and not the usual 3 victories. Yeah, I saw that this morning and I think that's great. There's a little, usually in dual trials, you only get 1 pack. Here, there's a little bit more, which I think is cool. I hope they do this more often now, because there's a title here. It's called Lightning Storm. And you get a little bit more gems than usual. You get a total of 150, as opposed to usually just getting like 1 pack. Which is a lot better than typical dual trials. So I hope they keep doing that. All right, let's jump in. It's 200 gens. Oh, then I missed one of the 50s there, maybe. I guess they really want more data from this one. I mean, yeah, look, we can start all the theories in the world that they're doing this because dude, I drew 4 hand traps going second. That they're doing all of this because they want to implement this as a master rule potentially. Who knows? But at the end of the day, let's just see how it goes. And then, oh, all right, cool, nice. Well, I mean, what do we gather from this game as information? I guess nothing yet. I guess we just go again. My guess is they wanted to go second and they misclicked, and that's why they left. Okay, so far, people are still sending me second. People are still going first here. So far. I was expecting maybe more blind second to go on, but all right. Well. Sixth card imperm. It's hard to say what's actually the sixth card, right? Because Master Duel sorts your hand. No, the sixth card was actually Q. All right, what's going on? If all my opponents just brick, then this is not the greatest experiment. Because then I'm just winning because, yeah. Okay. We've gathered great data so far. We are obtaining great knowledge. That, to be fair though, there's actually one thing to be said about those games. In an environment like this, breaking is even worse. If you ever break in a 5 versus 6 duel, you're doomed, dude. I'm still, but one thing that hasn't changed is I'm still losing all of my coin tosses. So that's good. In that sense, this is just, I mean, for me, this is just every single game I start with an extra card, so. Bro, huh? What? What? Can I have this? Can I have this in ranked? What the hell is happening? Everyone's bricking. Yeah. Could have chained Cool Tune Synchro here. Maybe I should have. Luna. Nice. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Remix is 3,000 right now, right? Remix. Yeah, because they have Ash Engrave. So I can just go Q maybe? Make remix, manipulate top deck a little bit. They have draw as well. Kind of tempting to banish Vanquish Soul Start, but Case for K9 is a much better draw. Typically. Hmm. Get rid of Case and keep this up. Once Valon hits the graveyard, it can pop my Rotary because it just pops set cards, which is all right. Get a cool tune synchro. Yeah, I think they have Droll in hand. So one new card since last turn. Well, plus start. But if the new card is not a Vanquish Soul normal summon, then we're good. Well, those were easy 100 gems. I didn't really do anything. My opponents all just passed or surrendered instantly. They went first. So maybe going first is fixed now. I've lost 4 coin tosses, by the way. And not a single... Dude, even with... This is crazy. Even with an extra card, no one wants to go second. It's actually insane. No one wants to go second. That's how good going first is in Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Ah! That's a lot of Duelist Genesis. Uh-oh. All right, nice. I should have attacked with the Rico, probably. I hope this is not Serenade Dance. Okay. I don't draw because droll. Doesn't matter that they changed it. This cover is tanky. Another Masquerade. Because I have Rico engraved. So it's alright. They didn't have a normal summon last turn. Covers the pendulum scales as well. All right, third time's the charm. Oh, new top deck. Try again. Aggressive track maker. I'm chain blocking this way around because otherwise if I put this as chain link 3 and they ash it, then both of them don't search because they don't have a hand for me to look at. So I'm doing it this way around. Luna Light Tiger. All right, so far this feels pretty much the same as playing regular Yu-Gi-Oh! But my opponents have all bricked, so I can't really say if it's been if it makes a difference that I have an extra card. It doesn't feel that impactful to open the extra card. I feel like if my opponents have good hands, I'm still in trouble. Like, unironically, let me go first this time just to see how it feels to play against 6/7 cards after they draw. It's also in the grand scheme of things, it's a disastrous time for them to hold this event because you're gonna have to say this a lot, like, oh, I'm playing against 6 or 7 cards. Like, they could have not picked a worse moment in like the grand scheme of things for this sort of endeavor, but oh well. That's awesome, dude. Love that for me. There's no way, dude. Bro drew an extra card, resolved Max C, and still lost. Oh, and still instantly left. There's no way your deck is this bad. Check deck. Oh, you know what? Maybe their deck is that bad. Hold up. I can check. I forgot I can check. Yep. Yep, it's that bad. Yes, your deck is that bad. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. I guess their deck was that bad. Yeah, alright, my bad. That's on me. Dude, that was probably the single funniest thing we could have seen when we click check deck. Are you aware that that is probably the funniest thing that could have happened? That's crazy. That's awesome. Well, damn. That's fine. Accepted. Do I play around troll? I think the answer is yes. Do you think this is for fun, or do you think they're considering the... I think it's not impossible that they're considering to add this to the game as a new master rule. And I don't think it's crazy. Even if the second player draws another card, I don't think it's crazy for the second player to have a +1 at the start of the game. Like, I think going second is so rough in modern Yu-Gi-Oh that I'm not against it necessarily. I genuinely don't hate the idea. Okay, maybe I do hate the idea. Actually, you know what? Never mind, dude. They should not do this. Okay. Scatter fusion, brilliant fusion, gem knight fusion in hand is bad. That's good for me. Foolish burial, quartz, illusion gate. All right. Okay. Illusion gate. Illusion gate is annoying. Add another. Oh. Top. Okay, so they draw meowls, which is not good for them. Or just make RS for the illusion gate. Because remix doesn't do much here. I could make remix, but then when they illusion gate, it dies. So no, I have to make RS. I can make remix later with the synchro spells, maybe, like with clip. All right, so they draw Meowls, which is not... I mean, if they drop the Meowls, then I guess I'm not incentivized to go for remix later. See. Yeah, they dropped the Meowls. That's fine. That's a cute animation. I don't think I've seen that in Master Duel because no one plays Meowls. Foolish Burial. Bro, I thought we were playing 5 versus 6. Joke's on you, we're playing 20 versus 6. I think that's a good Veiler. Because it gives them another normal summon as well, and an ad. I mean, I could add Veiler back later, potentially. Okay, Brilliant Fusion. Oh, maybe I was supposed to make Zaylin already, immediately after the Illusion Gate. Because now they can send... Can't they send Hollow Core and make it live immediately? Probably alright. Because right now, the problem is that, like, the only way for me to actually make a synchro is with the clip. Because the Cool Tune synchros technically allow me to make a synchro, but I don't have anything on the field that lets me use from hand. Because I only have RS on board, so that could be a problem, actually. But they need to banish for the... they need to banish 3 Gem Knight cards. During your turn, when your opponent activates monster effect, banish a Gem Knight card from your grave, target a face-up card you controls, destroy it. So... Gem Knight Quartz. What does Gem Knight Quartz do? Quartz, where is it? Discard. Oh, I don't want them to discard. I'm doing this now because if they want to negate this right now, they have to banish their Gem Knight Fusion, which I think is good for me. So, question is, what synchro do I even want to go into? I think I'm crackling. This is the event, yeah. It was scatter fusion and quartz. Okay, we hit one of those. Dispersion. They played double quartz. I think I'm supposed to take dispersion, but they can shuffle back with one of their fusion effects, but I don't know if they have access to that right now. Armadillo meows. Okay, Armadillo banish, keep meows on top. So in theory, I could even give them a draw now. They're just gonna draw another meows. So B2B also gives them a draw. But a draw, I think, is fine. I could just add Valor back to hand, honestly. That also works. Yeah. Let's go Valor add for now. Let's go Valor add. And then the second back-to-back, I can make a synchro. Scatter. Fine. The Raffinite is fine too. Valor. Add a Gemnite. Oh, I could have used B2B here, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. Dude, all right. I'm gonna Valor. Calm down. Dude, I'm gonna add Valor again. I'm gonna add back Valor another time with B2B. I'm Valoring you 5 times this turn if I want to. You back my Valor. Oh wait, no, this is not once per turn. Yeah, I wasted a Valor, but that's fine. I got 5. They can use it again. Yeah, I should not have. I thought it was once per turn. I thought it was once per turn, but it's just detonator. Yeah. All right. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna fail her a third time. Keep going, bro. What's up? I mean, that's the thing, right? I think their line was making a second one of this, but they know I have another Veiler, so... And I should have 3 Veilers in hand, realist. I shouldn't have Veilered the Lady Rose Diamond. Record for most Veilers activated in 1 turn. I mean, if they play into the other 2, then it was 5 effect Veilers in 1 turn. They're like, yes, they used the other Veiler. Now I can make my Link monster again. Oh god, dude. 5 Veilers, man. Oh lord. I can't defeat strong opponents. In that case, you should revise your deck. Obtain more powerful... Oh. I mean, this hand with an extra card, this hand would have slapped going second. Going first is still fine. It's a good hand. It's actually a good hand. Oh, never mind. It sucks. Oh man, why? Bro, this is just normal rank mode. This is literally just normal rank mode, by the way. Yep. Goodbye, duelist. Quantrell, thank you for the 38 months. Welcome back, my goat. All right, I'm equipped to go second. I swear to God, if I lose this. Oh my God! Please leave me alone. They're not leaving me alone. Might be fine. Yeah. All right. Dude, I don't know. I genuinely don't know if I would be against this change. Like the fact that this doesn't even feel that different from playing normal ranked, I feel like it tells you enough. I genuinely, with how much one card combos are doing these days, dude, how much does it matter that the player going second has an extra card? Like barely anything changes. Like if anything, it's a good thing that you have a better chance of actually participating. Don't shifter me again, man. I can't take another one. No, I did the wrong order. I clicked the wrong one. Aha! Now I have to guess what's a good draw for them and what's not, because I'm looking at the hand after. Force of habit. Okay. I got Duelist Genesis for Synchro Overtake, so I don't need the extra normal summon from... I'm just gonna get a second copy of Cool Tune Synchro here. Well, okay. Unless they already have Droplet in hand, it's better for me to banish Droplet and leave this on top. They already have Droplet in hand. All right, sick. Good talk, my dude. Oh, it's Tenpai. They don't have a starter. They got Vision though. So they're drawing a second Widow Anchor. They're drawing a second Widow Anchor. In theory, if I Ash Vision, they pass, unless they do it in main phase. Then they have talents to draw. Then I might be in trouble. Okay, Reboot is irrelevant because I don't play traps. Well, I play Imperm. Vision, Droplet, Widow Anchor, Talents, Fodra. I mean, yeah, the fact that they're drawing a Widow Anchor also doesn't really matter that much. I'm gonna make an RS here, even though it's not gonna do anything against the Droplet. Which means I probably shouldn't make it then. I should probably make Remix. That's a little more inconvenient for them to deal with. Because once I activate it, they can't Droplet it anymore. Okay, so anchor, droplet, talents, vision. If they vision and draw face, the game ends on the spot. Yeah, they shouldn't. If I ash here, can I prevent talents to draw? Probably not. But I can make it inconvenient for them, I suppose. What I make here barely matters. I'm gonna make loudness war. And the thing is, like, now talents to draw becomes less scary because I can look at what they're gonna draw, right? That's why I'm doing this. Okay, I'll banish this just in case, and then I'm gonna put this to the bottom. I cannot prevent talents to draw right now. I guess I just have to close my eyes and hope that nothing crazy happens. They have to draw here. Oh, have to draw. Could have chained loudness war for Q again, maybe. Yeah, maybe that was a play. Afterburner is one of the top decks. I'll chain. Maybe I can hit the Chandra. That's a one-of. They don't. I mean, they might want to actually use like anchor on this. Chandra. Oh, that's at one, right? Let's go, dude. That's the thing. Like, normally that's a toxic interaction, but against Tenpai, it's base, is what you have to understand. It's okay because it's Tenpai, which is definitely you know this is true, by the way. You know this is base. Yeah, we all agree. I'm happy we all agree. This is one of those rare moments where on this chat and in this stream, everyone is in agreement and happy that this just happened, which is not always the case, but in this case, that's I'm glad. Disagree? Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. How do you feel about the 6 cards so far? Dude, honestly, it doesn't feel that different. Like, even here, man, I got 3 hand traps, right? But like, they're not even the highest quality hand. If they activate Jokul right now, dude, I might still get cooked. This is me. I forfeit. Go for it, king. Dude, why? What? Try to play, dude. Oh man. Well, I guess you saw the hand. You couldn't beat it. Sniping? Why would they snipe me on ladder if they then concede? That doesn't make any sense. Impact of my rogue deck versus 6 cards though. I mean, this is one of the concerns about this, right? Is that but this is always true in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like the whatever they do to make going second more viable is going to hurt the bad decks more than the good decks, right? Because all of a sudden you're playing a what do I add here? I think it's this. All of a sudden you're playing against oh, they got Izuna. Might have Ash for it. I want to synchro with my Ash though. What was I trying to say? Oh, that's bad for me. Holy shit, that's bad. Okay. Oh, I hate that card so much. Remix time. It's not that bad actually, this opener. I got remix, effect, chain Fuwa, add back Ash. It's tight. Ro-E. Inconvenient is the word. Marshmallow. I mean, as much as I would love the Fuwa right here, I want to see if they have to activate Snatchy before playing first. Just checking. Ah, you have to use it. Ah, yeah. Don't bail me though. All right, called by that. That hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. It's all right. It's all right. This is not a good spot for me if they do it right. If they do it right and just pass here after reviving Marshmallow, this is not good for me. Kind of called it. I mean, you have to understand, however, that every time I activate a card, there's 5 people in chat screaming the best possible answer for my opponent into the chat. So yes, at some point, you're gonna be right. You're gonna be right at some point when you do this. So like every time I activate a hand trap, someone says, "Oh, called by the grave," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, maybe." And yeah, I'm just dead. Great gameplay. Negate starter with Herald. Negate hand trap with Called by OTK. Through double Veiler. Love that for me. They also didn't need to activate the Snatchy because they had Cupsy in hand. That was just not correct to do there, but... You think Albaz cards will change the meta in Master Duel? Yeah, I mean, the Albaz cards make Draco Tail and Branded viable. They might not be the best deck with Cool Tune in the game already, but they definitely are viable. Ash is in graveyard already. I mean, I think I just searched Bell or Ogre. I think I searched Ogre. Oh, let's go Ogre. Ogre, just so we don't have to worry about necessarily adding it back to hand. If that line doesn't work, that's fine. Yeah, Q last. Get field spell. Ah. Okay. Well, that's not a great matchup for Ghost Ogre. Talon's Thrust, Dispersion, Droplet, Gem Knight Fusion. Not the greatest hand, actually. Unironically, it's not that good. Not bad, of course. I don't really want to give them Fuba. How much do I care if they get Nepirim? Because they already have a way to search Nepirim with that spell. I think they can have Nepirim. Okay. Dispersion and Nepirim in hand. Are there 2 plays right now? Droplet in hand as well. Droplet, Talons, Thrust. Dispersion, Gemnite Fusion, Nepirim. Oh, that's gotta be good for me. That's gotta be good for me. There's no way that's not good for me. Can Nepirim activate? This card's set. Yeah, I can. Okay. That's fine though. Is this now what? Not that's gotta be incorrect, dude. Because now I can just negate whatever I want with Zaylin and I can just negate with Zaylin, RS, and Ash now. They got no, that's not. Ah! What are you negating Trackmaker for? Dispersion, Talons, Thrust. Dispersion, Talons, Thrust. Dispersion, Talons, Thrust. Dispersion, Talons, Thrust. Yeah, discard one of your cards. I think I just win. Discard Dispersion. I ash this. Oh. This is once per turn. That's the game. They can go battle phase to force me to use my spell first. How about they don't? There is one lose condition though. That's the hardest thing about playing Cool Tune, I'm not gonna lie. I guess they can Typhon now and then Talons to draw or something. But God, they don't play Typhon. But like Typhon to draw 2 still doesn't win the game because it still leaves me with one of my monsters on board that I contribute for Cool Tune next turn, for JJ next turn. So I definitely have follow-up. Because Typhon only outs 2 monsters. They have to like draw non-engine with the talents, which they don't play many hand traps or any at all. Just like Charmies. So banish Ash like I wish they would. Oh. And there we are, Lightning Stormers. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This felt like normal Yu-Gi-Oh games. Which is kind of crazy, maybe even scary at the same time. Because it really goes to show how almost irrelevant the amount of cards the second player has is. When like the player going first just prints infinite cards with any, like you resolve one card going first and all of a sudden you're not playing 5 versus 6, you're playing 15 versus 6, right? And then after they draw, of course it's 7, but like still you're playing 15 against 7, right? So, and unironically, the games against the board breaker decks were the most fun games we had today. Even when they had an extra card, it was still like a challenge and we still won. So but it feels like it makes board breakers more viable with the extra card. To be fair, the opponents misplayed most games. I wouldn't say most games. Like in the beginning, we had a couple of games where people just bricked going first. And I don't know how the matchmaking works in this, so maybe we played against some lower ranked players, but still, like overall, it wasn't like, yeah, they shouldn't have started with Droplet in that last game. That I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yeah, but they probably win that last game. But realistically, like that's the thing, right? That last game, I feel like it would have been okay to lose that going first. Like if your opponent draws that hand going second, like yeah, okay, you can lose if they play it properly. But as showcased, it still requires like a certain amount of skill to play that properly. So even that, I wouldn't consider problematic that they like won with this hand because they had an extra. I like, okay, fine. Yeah, like going first isn't supposed to be auto win, right? Like even if my hand was good, and it was good because I ashed their Fuwa, but I think it still felt like an actual game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That they could have won had they played properly, which I think is something that I want. You know, if someone ashes a Fuba, they shouldn't just win the game on the spot like I would have maybe in that case if they had less cards in hand, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think this was an interesting experience, and I honestly think it changed less to the core identity of the game than I expected. So maybe if this is something they're seriously considering, then I'm not necessarily opposed to it. But I mean, who knows? This might just be a fun little thing they thought would be funny for people, and they never actually planned to implement it. One thing is clear, of course, is that whenever a fundamental rule change happens in Yu-Gi-Oh, the game is not balanced around this at the moment, right? The game is not made to be played this way at the moment, so this is going to probably, if in a hypothetical world it were to ever happen, they would have to change some things. They would have to balance some stuff around it, like they did when they implemented link summons, for example. A couple of cards that generated tokens all of a sudden were way too good, and they had to handle that afterwards. Like, this is normal, right? Like, that's something like, yeah, maybe blind second Gem Knight becomes too strong in a format like this, where this is the rule. But then that doesn't mean they can't do it. It just means they have to then maybe address some of the cards or decks that become too powerful because of their rule change, similar to what they did with link summons, for example, when like cards like Gofu or Grinder Golem got banned because they made tokens too easily, right? So yeah, interesting experience though. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun experiment. So I'm happy they did it in Macedol, and whether they're gonna seriously consider implementing it in the TCG/OCG, no idea. If I had to guess, then I would say no. It's just my guess. I don't think this necessarily means that it's gonna happen, but I sure think it would be interesting if they did. Also, you'd like to think that this isn't the whole rule update and there would be other things that make it feel more impactful. I don't actually remember how it was with like links, if they like dropped a ban list alongside it that immediately got rid of some of the token generators like Gofu. I would think yes. I don't remember people ever comboing with Gofu in link format. Don't know if that was ever a thing. I feel like they banned it right away, but correct me if I'm wrong, if someone remembers. Gofu was legal for a bit. Oh, it did? Okay. It did exist? I don't remember that, but maybe you're right. I guess in the very beginning, there was nothing to do with Gofu because the first couple of links sucked. Maybe that's why. It was one card in gear, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. But yeah. What if they add a special summon limit? See, that's the thing, right? People always say like, oh, this needs to happen for Yu-Gi-Oh to be fixed, or that needs to happen for Yu-Gi-Oh to be fixed. And most of those suggestions are never going to happen because they change Yu-Gi-Oh in its core identity. And I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I think that shouldn't happen. Like, we play and enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh because of what it is. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh is a very explosive, very combo heavy game. This is something that people who play Yu-Gi-Oh enjoy. What people who play Yu-Gi-Oh, or at least what I don't enjoy about Yu-Gi-Oh, is not that it's combo based or that it's explosive. I enjoy those kind of things, but I don't enjoy if it's like super imbalanced towards like the player going first or the player going second, or the player who resolves a certain card is almost guaranteed to win. Like, I want balance, which is something that's possible within Yu-Gi-Oh, even though Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that's arguably harder to balance than other games because of its like kind of wild nature. But I don't even mind if the power level is exceptionally high, as long as there's a balance between like the player going first, the player going second, and like I want the better player to win. I want actual games to be played, engine versus engine, you know. So even formats that are arguably super high power, like tier limits, in my opinion, was a good format at the time. You know, it was a skillful format. The better player usually won. And there was a lot of back and forth gameplay, even though the deck itself is completely broken. Like, Ishizu tier limit is a broken deck. But still, the games were good. So this idea of like, oh, the power level necessarily needs to go down as a whole is not necessarily true in every single instance. I just think like at the moment and in the past couple of years, there's often been an imbalance towards going first in particular. And that's something I don't enjoy, because at that point, the gameplay that stems from that is not great. The gameplay that happens when like the player going first just like activates one card and that card leads to like card advantage like crazy and ways to negate all your opponent's starters and everything, that's not fun to me. So I don't know, 5 versus 6 maybe makes actual gameplay more likely. Maybe it makes it more reasonable as well to play into boards with engine, because you just have more cards. you are less likely to brick going second. You are also less likely to only draw like one starter and then your starter gets ashed or your starter gets impulse and you can't even try to beat their board because you don't have a starter, right? So the extra card going second, in my opinion, even if you draw a card number 7 on your draw phase, I think is an interesting option. But I don't think they should change like the game fundamentally of like, oh, you can only special summon 5 times a turn or something. That to me, with all due respect, as one of the like probably biggest boomers in Yu-Gi-Oh, that's a boomer take. The oh, they should like back then everything like I want to go back to like normal summon breaker and set trap hole. That's not what Yu-Gi-Oh should be again. Like the good times. Look, I'm nostalgic about every single retro format as well, but Yu-Gi-Oh as a game like lives off of what it is right now. You know, like if you're, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but if you're trying to play like a slower game that feels more like a, what's the word for it? Like a turn-by-turn development thingy, there's other games for this. And I don't mean this in a bad way. There is other games that are genuinely also fun that you can play if that's your thing, which is completely fine. Those games are also fun, and I've played those games, and I've had fun in those games. But Yu-Gi-Oh is not trying to be that game, I believe. And I think if they try to make it that game, I think a lot of people would leave because, like I said, if you want to play that kind of game, they are out there. So Yu-Gi-Oh should be explosive. Yu-Gi-Oh should be fast-paced, right? But it should still not be too dependent on coin flips, dice rolls, drawing specific cards, resolving one specific card, otherwise you win or otherwise you lose. You know, that kind of thing, right? That's how I feel about this entire thing. But